Hi everyone, this is Ace 10301 bringing you a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This is my first YouTube commentary, and as you can see by this screen, I am using an all Eevee evolution team. For those of you that don't know, the Pokemon named Eevee has 7 evolutions. The one of which I am not using named Flareon is because you rarely run into grass-type Pokemon. And when you do, you can easily take it out with an Ice Beam from either Glaceon or Vaporeon. But that's beside the point. Victini and Thundurus, both on his team, are legendary Pokemon, which are very powerful and very dangerous. I lead off with Glaceon. Why do I do this? Because I have Vaporeon. In case Glaceon gets hit with a Fire-type attack, or any surprise hidden power, I am able to switch in a Vaporeon later and cover the ice. But I go for a Yawn. This is a problem because he sets up Toxic Spikes. Not only 1 layer, 2 layers. And then I still have to take him out with an Ice Beam. The Ice Beam does not KO him. This is not a surprise because it's not super effective, but I really wish it did. So he falls asleep because of my Yawn, and I have to go for another Ice Beam. This Ice Beam does take him out very easily, but it leaves him switch advantage. This means that he can switch in any Pokemon he wants because of the knockout. I am up 1 Pokemon, but that does not mean I'm up anything. He sends in his Ghost Fire type, Chandelier, and I have to run. He is a very strong special attacker, and I know that it's going to use Flamethrower. I switch in my Vaporeon to take the Flamethrower very easily because I am a very defensive and HP heavy Vaporeon. I also pack Scold, Protect, Wish, and one other move. Ice Beam, yes. But I did not think that his Chandelier would have Energy Ball. Looking back at his team, he has no grass type coverage, so it's pretty easy to tell that he would have it on there. I hit with the Scald, knock it down to 1/8 of health. That is very bad for me because that means that he could take me out next turn with an Energy Ball. So I'm going to switch my Vaporeon out. I switch it out to a Embryon. This is because this is my other wall, and I can easily take an Energy Ball. And I won't be, like, perfect, but it's only going to do, like, 60 damage. He shoots me with an Energy Ball, and it takes me down to 300. And I get poisoned, which means that I get damaged each turn. I then go for the move Insurance. This is, if I get hit again, I will do double the damage next turn, on that turn. Which is still not very much because Embryon has very low attack and is just a defensive Pokemon. And he switches in his Lucario. That does nothing. It is not very effective, and it's a bad attack. I then have to switch out because Embryon is very weak to fighting and he could easily do a close combat. But he predicted that. He predicted it and went for a Swords Dance. So I should have stayed in and went for the Hidden Power Fire, which I do pack on my Embryon because I don't have Flareon on my team. I had to switch in Espeon though. Excuse me. That was because I could not take any attack if he wanted to throw it at me. So I had to switch in that. And I have Hidden Power Fighting, which nobody expects on my Espeon. But he drops him down to like 1 hit point, and I had to switch out again. I switched into my Dark Knight. As you can probably tell, this team is all named after not Pokemon, characters from the DC Justice League, besides my Espeon, because I just couldn't find a proper name for it. So I switched back in my Embryon and have it out for fodder, because I know that I will need my Espeon later to take out one of his Pokemon, and I can easily outspeed them later. However, I lose my Embryon, which is very bad because now it is even. But I switch in my Jolteon. Jolteon, for those of you that don't know, is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. However, priority moves such as Bullet Punch and Pursuit make it ineffective when trying to take out a Pokemon. I sent it in, it got poisoned, and I took a Bullet Punch. I used Hidden Power simply to show that I had it to hopefully scare him and have not sent in the next Pokemon. He sends in a Thundurus. I should have just taken it out right there with the Thunderbolt. But I did not think about that. So instead I used Volt Switch. I figured that would do about half, and I was right. If I would have used a Life Orb version and Thunder, I would have easily taken out it, but I don't do that. I send in my Ice Maiden, which is my Glaceon. Thundurus is weak against ice, so I figure if I can get one hit on it, it'll be done. But it is much faster than me. It hits me with a Psychic, drops me very low, if not takes me out. But I live with 2 hit points. I hit it with an Ice Beam, and I take it out. That means one of his legendary Pokemon are done. But also my Glaceon is done because of poison. Without poison, I would still be alive. So, I figure... Actually, I don't remember what I did, because this was a long time ago. This was on Eeveelution stream back in the middle of April. And I switch in my Espeon for fodder. I go for insurance, which now that I think about it is very bad because it is a physical move on my special Espeon. I'll change that in the future, and he hits me with an energy ball, easily taking me out. But it's okay because I can switch in my Jolteon and Revenge Kill it. I just take an extra turn of poison unless I Volt Switch. Which I do not, so I take a turn of poison. Now that I think about it, I should have Volt Switched into my Vaporeon. That would have been a much better move. So he switches in his Elo. This is a Victini, a shiny Victini with V-Create, Fusion Bolt, and other moves. Though that's the defensive variety, or else I would have done much more damage because Jolteon's special attack is amazing. So I switch in my Aquaman. My Vaporeon gets hit with a V-Create and taken out. That's because V-Create does 120 damage, Stab 180, and Victini is amazing attack. Well, not amazing, but very good. So he get a defense, a special defense, and a speed drop, which I was not paying attention to. I figured Victini would just sweep the rest of my team, so I stopped caring. So I switch in my Jolteon, hit it with a Shadow Ball, just hoping that it would take it out, but it does not. It drops him down to an 8th health, hits me with a V-Create again, destroys it, and loses another defense and special defense drop along with speed. So now this means I have one Pokemon left. This one Pokemon is Leafeon. Leafeon is amazing, but come on. Victini is a Fire-type Pokemon. That means I cannot take it out. But I have X-Scissor. That is not super effective, but it isn't bad. I use X-Scissor when I switch in because I predicted him to stay in to try to take me out with the V-Create, which was dumb. I should have Swords Danced. But I hit him with a Leaf Blade, hoping that it will kill him. Does not. He's a close combat, figure I'm done. But I'm not. So it's down to 2-1, and I can hit him with another X-Scissor and hopefully take him out. I used X-Scissor this round because if I use Leaf Blade and he switches into Victini, I'm over. So I take him out with the X-Scissor. I get poisoned again, dropped into 32. This means even if I take him out this turn, it's a draw. So I use X-Scissor. I outspeed him, and he lives with like 2 hit points, which is the 3rd Pokemon in this battle that has lived with way too low of health to count. Which I lost 1-0 to 2 legendary Pokemon. This is a very good battle, and I'd like to thank everyone that watched it.